he's expected to be the better driver.
He is considering leaving the sport after this year.
I have never seen a celebrity embrace a day at Formula One like Jack did. There's the security man.
Might cause us some trouble.
How much of a problem can it be?
Welcome to Paddock Access from this lovely, lovely shopping mall here in Suzuka, Japan.
Well, it's actually in Scirocco, but where else could we do it? There's no room in that hotel room. They're so tiny.
No, they are very tiny. Speaking about the bar room, I mean, we come to that topic later, but
Yeah,
it's quite phenomenal.
I'll just tell you one thing. I can touch both corners of it by doing that.
Well, you can basically have
the diagonal width.
You can basically have a shit, brush your teeth, and having a shower at the same time.
That's exactly
basically.
right. It's bizarre, but we'll come back to that later because I think these people want to hear us talk about Kimi Antonelli. We were there. We saw what happened. But the celebration, and I talk about this in my video later, but Kimi is, because he's a new winner, everything's exciting. He's hugging the trophy. He's looking at the printing on it. He's waving to everyone. He's dousing everyone with champagne. It's just a real joy to see. Now, that won't be the same in 30 races' time. Once he's won 30 races, he'll lose a bit of that excitement. But for the moment, we should embrace it.
Oh, yes, definitely. And he is the first Mercedes driver, two of them, who's winning 2 races in a row. George Russell never did that.
Is that right?
That is right.
Yeah, well...
I think that hurts, to be honest. I think it hurts for
Oh,
George.
it would. And it would hurt with anyone. It would hurt with you. It would hurt with me.
Yeah.
That gentleman, that lady there watching, yeah, definitely. Because George is the senior player. He's expected to be the better driver. Is he expected to be the better driver? I think he is. He's had more experience.
I think so. He's
He
more
should be.
experienced, yes. So that's why he's so good about it. That is because he was quicker today. He was quicker than George, and by miles actually,
Yeah.
the whole weekend, which is quite surprising to me.
So you have the luxury as a journalist sitting above the action in that glorious media centre where you can see down into Parc Fermé, and you can watch the
Well, this is
television
not the
screen.
case on a weekly basis.
I
But here in
know.
Japan, on Suzuka, it is. We are having a
Spoiled.
media center exactly right above Parc Fermé. So when the drivers come in after the race, we can see all the action. I can see you, and you are like playing a video game or shooting there. You go that way.
Well, what happens is I've got guys who haven't won, the other 19 of them, they're coming from a different direction. They're being weighed. Oh, there's a shot. Oh, hello, Kimi's hugging someone. Oh, there's Gasly. He's not happy. There's something happening over
Gasly
there.
was definitely happy
I know,
today.
he was 7th, wasn't he?
Yeah. Well, yeah, and keeping the 4-time world champion rounds up behind you, that's good.
Yeah. And so much going on this weekend, and I'm delighted that you, watching, have come and joined us here in this glorious shopping mall in the middle of Suzuka.
Yeah, because we have to tell the people we are not allowed to record on the track. I mean,
That's right.
We have a media pass, and you have, what is that? Is that a Paddock access pass?
Yeah.
Where did you get that?
Yeah, well, he kindly gave me one of these. And it's funny because somebody actually said, why do you wear 2 passes? They were watching
Really?
a video of mine. I must have done one in the paddock with it on. And then, why do you have 2 passes? So, yeah, we fooled them.
Great idea. But take us back to the action cam right after the race. What's going on there in Parc Fermé? You're there. You're in the middle of it.
Kimi's doing this, the lightning bolt.
Usain Bolt, yeah.
I did not expect that. It blew me away, and I had one of the best positions.
Is he a Usain Bolt fan, maybe?
I don't know. I don't know the story behind it. So what you have to understand is I have had no time off. I have finished that. I watched the race, shot the race for a couple of laps, and then went and did some stuff above pit lane, and stood in the queue for most of the day. Finally, when we get to Parc Fermé, that's all crazy. Then podium's crazy. Edit for an hour, and then celebration. Then I've got to edit on the bus back to the room to get changed to come and do this. I've had no time. You've had the luxury of sitting and watching that race on television and just probably enjoying sweets and snacks up there while we're all been working.
When it comes to the sweets and snacks, this is probably the worst race of the year because you don't get anything. Well, they had a Barilla pasta bar in the paddock, and that is really good.
But I also had Wagyu steak for lunch with the
I know you
compliments
had.
of the people at Haas. My gosh, it was beautiful. No one had Wagyu steak in the media centre except me.
But I mean, when it comes to the food for the media, this is not the greatest race, is it?
We just don't have time to really eat.
No,
It's just
exactly,
whatever you
yes.
can put in your mouth just to get you through.
Yeah, I agree. But it's Barilla most of the time this weekend.
Oh, it was beautiful. And they had a different 2 passes every day over the 4 days of the event. What's going on at Red Bull?
Is there anything going on at Red Bull?
Oh, so much chat. Of course, it
Jesus
started off with
Christ.
Thursday with Max evicting, as I called him, Gilles Richard.
Giles, you mean?
Yeah, he spoke to me on the bus tonight, and he said so many people come up and say, Gilles, you are Gilles. Yeah, he evicted Giles, and that story sort of had wings for a couple of days.
Exactly. A lot has happened in the meantime because, I mean, we said it many times already. Max is not happy with the current situation. He's not happy with the Rex.
Yeah.
And, well, he made some comments this weekend, some, in my opinion, very disturbing comments. He is considering leaving the sport after this year. I mean, you talk to people around the team, you talk to people around the Verstappen team. I get now that he doesn't like it, like a lot of drivers do. We have to be honest. I mean, pretty much all the drivers complaining about the Rex. We're not going to do that this time. We let the people in the comments do that because there are still a lot of people complaining about the last episode.
I know.
Lando Norris said something about it today. As long as the people like it, that is all that matters.
Was that sarcasm? Was that being cynical?
Maybe a little bit.
I can tell you, and we said this last week, that I'm hearing cheering on track, and I never hear cheering to the extent that we hear it today. It's phenomenal.
In the last episode, I said that Formula One is no longer for the talented and the brave. Maybe I have to adjust that a little. The overtake we saw today from Charles Leclerc back on George Russell, that was proper class. That was racing.
And I haven't seen that, so I've not really looked at anything. And you must be thinking, how can you're a photographer and you don't know? We only see what's in front of us, and I had a queue in front of me for half the day.
But there's screens on around the track,
I'm not
isn't it?
looking at the screens all the time, because if we go back to this incident, which was pretty savage today, that 50G crash of Bearman's, that was because Colapinto was harvesting energy, correct?
Well, I think his battery was empty because he was super slow. This has definitely something to do with the Rex.
Regulations we're talking there, and maybe F1 has to look at it.
Yeah,
because
once the speed difference is dangerously big.
If it's an entertainment thing and drivers don't like it, well, that's another matter. But once a driver becomes unsafe, they will sort something out. I don't know what the solution is. You're better versed than me.
Well, I think the drivers who don't like it at the moment, which is pretty much everyone except Mercedes, because Norris is a good car at the moment. I mean, Piastri was on the podium, but he's complaining as well. So I think the drivers, including Max, going to use this accident as, hey, we're warning you for weeks now. This is what happens if we don't make adjustments, if we don't make changes.
It's a very hard card to. It's a good card to play.
Exactly.
But it's hard to ignore.
Yeah.
And I'm sure something will happen that will mitigate that chance of that happening again.
Can you imagine Max Verstappen taking a sabbatical?
Yeah, I can imagine it. I've seen how he's going this first three races, and it's not pleasant to watch.
No, I know. In a way, I also feel for him because, he's a proper racer.
Yeah.
He wants to race. So I see a situation that he takes a sabbatical, he stays for Red Bull. He drives the Nordschleife and the 24 Hours of Le Mans with a big fat Red Bull logo on the car.
Yep.
And then as soon as the Rex, getting better, or we have some adjustments with the cars and the racing will be better, he comes back with Red Bull and wins another 2 or 3 world titles.
Well, there's a lot of water to go under the bridge until that happens.
I know, but
he's got a month to think about it, and Red Bull's got a month to sort their car out.
Exactly. Yeah, 4 weekends without a race. I think Max is very happy with that. Jack Black.
I have never seen a celebrity embrace a day at Formula One like Jack did. We knew he was coming, and I waited first of all for Brie Larson, and then she came in, and then we had rugby player Malcolm Marx and Anya Taylor-Joy. You know her?
Yeah,
Queen's Gambit.
Queen's Gambit, yes.
What a great movie. I was photographed her in Hungary, and she came in. She was fantastic. But Jack arrives, and he's playing up for everyone. I talked to him about his watch, which he didn't have on. I was hoping he had a watch on, and he answered questions, and then he's posing with little figurines because he's in the movie. Is he in the movie?
I think
Mario?
so. Yeah. Well, what the people saw on television is how they were dancing at the starting grid behind the DJ.
I didn't see that.
It was quite pathetic, if you ask me. And I was wondering, how much money did they give him to do this? That's the only thing that I was thinking.
I don't think they get paid. Is that not promotion for a movie? I'll stand corrected in the comments.
Yeah, well, maybe, but then I don't know. The producers of the movie paid him an awful lot of money
when they sign a movie.
It was a bit strange to see.
Well, he waved the flag and he loved it. He wandered around the paddock. It was just really amazing to see a guy so happy.
For this Japanese race, normally we don't have a lot of famous people. Yeah. This one, it was a little different.
pretty dapper-looking dress here with this blue pinstripe suit on. Mario, who used to manage Yuki, also worked on television in Italy.
Yeah, I met him yesterday in a very local restaurant.
You never met him? He's a great guy.
I met him yesterday in a local restaurant, and but it was very, very traditional because we were sitting on the floor.
Oh yeah.
Preparing our own meat. But it was good, and the price in the end was astonishing.
Cheap.
Yes. So I got invited by a friend of mine, Harry.
Mm-hmm.
We have a picture of Harry, don't we?
We do.
We do.
He looks like this.
We had Wagyu for a whole small village, and we had to pay like $270. Well, he had to pay $270, and someone said to me, like, if we order this in Amsterdam, we have to pay $4 or $5 grand for this A5 Wagyu.
And this is the beauty of this place, Scirocco, which is 20-minute drive from the track, and Suzuka, is that they do not jack up the prices like every other F1 city. It's a really pure sort of thing, and I love that about this area.
There is one restaurant, we discussed it in the last episode, the Meat Palace.
Yeah. Well, they do have two menus. They do have an English language menu, and they do have a Japanese menu, and you always ask for the Japanese, and you just get the English one to work out which one you're ordering.
But this is the menu where they doubled the prices.
Yeah, but even at double the price, it's still cheaper than what we'll pay in anywhere else.
Yeah.
Although the seats are quite uncomfortable, but a good buzz.
Very good place. I want to go back to the crash of Oliver Bearman because that was a big one. We saw footage on television that he was limping.
Yep.
50 Gs.
And I saw him because I waited out the back of the medical center for about 20 minutes after the incident. He was in there for 30, and he finally came out with one of the PR crew, one of his, I think it's his driver's coach and his trainer. And he was limping, and I did take a note. He was limping on his right leg because at that stage I didn't know which leg it was. He was fine, walked along, didn't say anything.
He was.
Yeah, no, he's going to have some bruising.
He wasn't a lot of pain. Yes, I think so. Yeah.
Right knee what was it? I saw something today.
Something with the knee. Yes.
Yeah. So he's got a month to get over that.
Yeah. Well, lucky for him, because I was already thinking, the third driver now is watching that, and he must be like this, when something happens.
Drivers.
Yeah, we have the Japanese guy, we have Jack Doohan.
Rio, Jack, and maybe Yuki throwing his hat in the ring.
I mean, we are in Japan at the moment, but is it? I mean, if you in football, for instance, I remember Luis Figo going from Barcelona to Real Madrid. That's not done. How does it work when you go from Honda to Toyota?
Well, you get a drive. You haven't got a drive now.
But is it possible?
I don't know.
Is that allowed?
I don't know.
Racing?
You would know more than me.
Yeah, I don't know specifically Japanese culture, so I don't know if it's a problem here or not. I wouldn't say so.
Well, they only come here once a year.
Yeah.
How much of a problem can it be?
I don't know.
The other 23 races, or 21 this year, doesn't matter.
I saw at some point you had to change your location for the meet and greet.
Oh. Yeah,
what was going on there?
I got a message from F1 saying you can't have your meet and greets in the track anymore.
What's the reason?
I don't know. I've been doing it for, I think, 3 years.
Those meet and greets, are they busy?
Oh, sometimes there's 50, sometimes there's 200, but it's not like it's getting out of hand. But anyway.
50 people, that must be Azerbaijan then or something.
Oh, well, I don't do it in every place.
Okay.
So some places I'd be lucky to get 10. But there's pros and cons of that. The con is I have to do it outside the track, which for Australia, no problem at all. It's a short walk. Some other tracks, Vegas, no problem at all. But for some tracks, it's like this one was quite a hike. But if I do it outside the track, I can video.
Yeah.
And if I do it inside the track, I can't. So there are pros and cons, but it'll probably reduce the number I do because it's a fair amount of time. People say, 20 minutes. Yeah, but it's 15 to get there. Yeah. It's 20 there. It's 15 to get back. And we only have 2.5 hours between the session, and I've got stuff to shoot.
Okay, so but how was this one? Was it a good one?
It's great. So many Australians.
Really?
It was crazy. Every third person was an Aussie.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm from Brisbane. I'm from Perth.
Talking about fashion, Kim.
If
it comes to fashion, Japan is the country to do it, isn't it?
And so many...
Japan is up there.
Yeah, so many great outfits. But if we go to Anya Taylor-Joy... she was wearing Jean-Paul Gaultier, an amazing outfit.
How do you know these things?
I asked her.
Oh, you just asked. Okay.
I ask a lot of these people, and some of them tell me. There's a selfish reason, because when I post a picture of that person, I say wearing Jean-Paul Gaultier, and every 10th time or 4th time I do it, those fashion houses buy the pictures.
Yeah.
and they're commercial sales. But it's also nice for those people who are looking at that post to go, I like that outfit. Where can I get it? So yeah, and Kika, she was wearing a Japanese brand, and was it Arakai? A-R-A-K-I-I?
You are way more fashionable than me. So
Well, yeah, look at me. Got my free Paddock Access shirt on, which will be available at some point, I'm sure, if this takes off.
Oh, yes.
But yeah, fashion is a big thing for Formula One. Kika, Alexandra, Hannah St. John yesterday had some stunning pink skirt on.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Yeah. That was outstanding. But it's getting bigger and bigger by the week. I have the feeling
it's like a catwalk,
and it's like a catwalk, and it's not only the girlfriends and the wives of the drivers, but it's also the teams themselves. I mean, they dress up well these days. Let's start with the new livery of the Japanese livery from Racing Bulls. That was outstanding.
Yep.
Also, the clothes they were wearing, actually.
Show us that jacket. Because
This is insane, isn't it?
Yeah.
And look at this.
Someone scribbled on that one, but what is that?
Is that number 30? Is that Liam Lawson?
Is that Lindblad?
Arthur Lindblad's signature.
Right, I don't know how you got that, but this is the back of it. And
I'll tell you how I got it.
Yeah.
There's two girls working at Racing Bulls.
Yeah.
I won't mention how they call themselves. They have a very nice nickname.
Right.
And they arranged it. They said this can be a giveaway in the podcast. So we're going to give away.
A little bit later, we'll go into the details of that.
Yeah. We'll do that later.
That is a highly prized piece of memorabilia.
Yes, but the livery, insane.
It shone. That car shone this weekend. Who else had liveries?
It was a special edition because of the Red Bull Cherry drink they launched,
I had one.
I think. Yeah, there was a special drink. It was amazing. I really loved it.
And Haas looked amazing.
Yeah, with the Godzilla outings on the car. Yeah, that was proper.
So well done to those two teams for going above and beyond.
But it was also Mercedes.
Yeah, that front wing.
I mean,
stunning eyes.
I wasn't the biggest fan of the racing suit because they looked like a bunch of fainters.
I liked it.
You like everything. But I wasn't the biggest fan. And then if you do a livery change, then do it on your whole car, not only the front wing.
Well, I took note of the front wing because I was going to do something in my video on Thursday night because there's an issue with that.
Yeah.
Apparently, some of the teams say it closes too slowly, which somehow has an effect, but above me. But
you were probably the only one reporting about it because you asked me about it.
I didn't end up reporting about it because there wasn't enough interest. Look, you just throw stuff at a dartboard and hope something sticks.
Exactly. Well, we do that from time to time. But speaking about those liveries, I think it's very cool that they do it from time to time. And according to my information, Racing Bulls is doing another one in Miami.
Really?
Yeah. And maybe
that's next race.
That is next race.
Back to back.
Maybe well, it's a month away, but
I know.
Maybe they should change the pants as well. I mean, you were mentioning it.
I have mentioned that in a past video of mine on my
YouTube
channel, yeah. And I asked one of the crew, what do they think? And they said they were asked to provide feedback to the team. And at that point, they were correlating all that feedback. I don't think they like it.
I mean, we have a professional eye when it comes to fashion. You and I.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
We don't like it.
It looks funny. And you know what? When they stand close together.
It's not a good thing when something looks funny.
Yeah. When they stand close together with their legs, it looks really bizarre.
To me, it looks like a ski pants. And it's not what you want on a Formula One track, is it?
No. Well, maybe they'll change it.
They should. At least get rid of the linings on the pants.
Yeah.
And then, with Hugo on it, it's fine. But
yeah. Yeah, Hugo gets their dollars worth out of it. That logo is huge.
I think so.
As does Boss over there at Aston Martin.
What about Adidas? They're taking over. They have Mercedes, they have Audi, and from next year onwards, Red Bull Racing.
Size 46 I wear, and I wear nothing but Adidas unless it's wet weather gear. Yeah, they've got some money to spend.
They've got some money to spend because, according to my information, the deal with Audi was 25 million or something.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think they got to pay Lionel Messi or one of those other athletes?
Many times that.
Way more, yeah. So what do you think a deal with Red Bull Racing's worth? Must be 40, 50 million maybe?
I guess 40 to 50. But see, what do they get? That's the thing. They'll get their logo on the car. They'll get X number of driver days for promotion. They'll get the ability to use Red Bull's logo in their marketing. It all depends what they work in. Corporate seats, corporate packages. It's very hard to tell what any of these sponsorships are worth. The only people that really know is the person buying it and the person selling it.
Yeah.
The rest, pretty much is just speculation.
Yeah, but I like Adidas being involved in racing at the moment.
Well, when they go with a team in, say, Spain or a football club in Australia, they get that local market. F1, they get the world.
Yeah, well, that's what it is, right? I
Yep.
mean, you want to be a Formula One at this very moment.
Do you think these regulations are actually going to put more fans into the sport or take some out? Because I see a lot of comments, people saying, that's it, I'm done. But I don't really know whether people can look away from
I
Formula
think those people who say I'm done, they still set their alarms at 6 a.m. in the morning to watch this race in Japan. And they, I mean, I'm very critical when it comes to this, to this new regulation stuff and whatever. But today we had a good Japanese Grand Prix. We had way more overtakes than the last editions. I mean, I remember a rainy edition in 23. Even in the rain, even in the wet, we didn't have any overtakes.
I got wet that day.
Yeah.
Yeah, we hate shooting in the rain. It's darn hard work. And
I can imagine.
But the photos are different. Anyway, a great outcome for the fans. Hopefully those people on television, if you're watching it on a screen somewhere, thoroughly enjoyed it. I know it was exciting for me to hear those cheers, and I go to my phone and see if I can get some sort of idea of someone's changing position on that F1 app. It's just a really lovely place to be, even if you're out here in the bicycle car park of the shopping center.
Whoever you ask in Formula One, what do you think of this race and what do you think about Japan? Everybody is exciting as it can get, you know?
It's very pure, isn't it?
It is very pure. And the funny thing is, normally when you go to, let's say, Miami or any other race, there's plenty of race class during the day. If you're in Japan, you only have a few Ferraris, a local Ferrari class, a few Porsche, and that's it. And the people don't mind. Even on Thursday, there's literally nothing going on the track. The whole grandstand is packed with people.
Did you go out after the race and see the people watching the replay on the screens?
No.
Yeah.
Wait, they just rewatched the race?
They replay the race on the screen above pit lane, and the people sit in the grandstand. It's not packed full, but it's busy, and they're all watching the race again and also watching what's going on in pit lane and in terms of the celebration with Kimi. George wasn't at the celebration. Now, I don't know whether you can read anything into that, but I did note he wasn't in the front row. Maybe he had to take off early. I don't think you could read anything into that, but note that he wasn't there.
Well, I think we can tell that he wasn't happy with...
Yeah, but I don't think he would boycott that just because he wasn't happy. I don't think that's a thing.
Well, he was mooning for pretty much the whole weekend, and now he was very unlucky, obviously, with the safety car, because he made a pit stop right before the safety car. So that didn't help his race, because right before that pit stop, Kimi was catching up big time.
Yeah.
I think when it came to a race between the two of them, that he got beaten up by Kimi in this race.
I get to watch the race at some point. It probably won't be until Tuesday when I get back to Australia.
What is your schedule? Because we have a month off. Are we going to do any podcasts in the meantime?
We are. We will have to dream up some topics. I have another video to do tonight. I have to eat some food. I have to go to sleep. I have to get up at 6 a.m., travel back to Australia to my dogs, and then I've got a month at home with my family.
Looking forward?
Yeah, very much so. Look, I don't love the Jeddah race, so that's one that I probably won't really miss. Quite like Bahrain. I like the place.
I feel a bit sad that we're not going to Bahrain.
Yeah.
Especially after that restaurant we found out last week during the testing.
Oh, yeah.
That was good.
Yeah.
The South African braai or something.
Every now and then we come across a great place because we're just eating out at restaurants every night that we're away, and it's not a great thing to be doing. You crave home-cooked meals. What are you doing in the break?
I don't know yet, to be honest. I mean, I write about Formula One, right? So
what are you going to make up? You have to make up stories.
No, we don't make up stories. I mean, I'm working on some things, and that can be quite explosive in the upcoming weeks, but let's see.
And where will our English audience see your stories? They won't.
They have to go to the Limburger.
He writes for the Limburger.
You know what's funny? So my articles are in Dutch, right? Mm-hmm. But Red Bull Racing is an English team. They're based in Milton Keynes. They read everything. There's a translator translating all the articles, even mine, working for the smallest newspaper in the whole paddock. They're translating all of my articles.
That keeps you honest?
Yes, keeps me honest. And when they're not happy, they let you know.
I think they watch...
There's some McLaren stuff passing by.
That's Luca Colliani, isn't it?
Yeah, out of comms.
Yeah. I did a bit in my video about him.
Yeah.
He's been in Formula One a long time.
A very, very long time indeed, yes.
Race after him and see if we can get him back. We'll have a chat about what happened in 2003.
I think he's going to grab a Burger King.
They are. They're going there en masse. There's a security man. He'd be thinking, what have these guys set up their own studio out here for?
This might cause us some trouble.
Why?
He's looking again.
Don't worry, we're nearly finished.
No, that's
Quick.
good.
What else you got on your list there before we get surfed out of here?
Oh, well, this is something you put on the list. Cassidy Torres.
She's Dan Towers runs Cadillac, and Cassidy is very much a brand ambassador for Cadillac. And
She's very much involved as well.
Yeah. She's not just there for a jolly.
No, she
She's
isn't.
working her backside off for the team, but she's very much a fashion icon now.
Yes, she is.
She's
she is.
coming in a different outfit every race.
How many outfits do you think she has for the whole season?
As many as Lewis.
And
And
what
what
more?
Lewis had 2 casual outfits this weekend.
Very different ones. I mean, we had a full black one.
Yep.
And then we had the blue and yellow.
Which he didn't want to show to the media.
What?
I don't know.
Why
He had,
is that?
he had his security guard walk in front of him and pretty much
Big
ruined.
fella.
Yeah, pretty much ruined everybody's shot. And he kept, I guess, his shots for his own photographer, Timmy. But, Cassidy's blazing a trail when it comes to fashion in the paddock.
So what they have to do
Yeah.
to keep it a little regional for me,
Yeah.
from Limburg, what they have to do is find out for which Limburg racing team Arvid Lindblad has did race in the past.
From the Limburg area.
A Limburg,
He, like Max, is from your area.
exactly, a Limburg go-kart team. Well, actually, the team owner
Sure.
is Max's best friend.
Right.
So maybe that was a little bit too much information.
No, I haven't given it away here.
The people, which is actually quite a difficult one.
Right. Well,
But if you look it up, you'll find it. So April the 3rd, 12 p.m.
Yep.
Yeah.
CET.
CET. You guys gotta send the right answers to paddockaccess@outlook.com. So paddockaccess@outlook.com. I want to know for which team you used to race when he was basically living back in Limburg.
Now, just before we go, the shower and the comfort hotel. If any of you are Japanese or you've been to Japan, you'll know they're small. But it is. I can have one shoulder against that wall, and this shoulder against that wall, and that arm goes out, and then that's my wall. So that is just over a meter.
Yep.
And the other wall is maybe 1.2 meters.
Can you stand straight? No.
I can stand up, no problem
Really?
at all. Yeah.
Oh.
But it's just a funny little quirky thing about coming to Japan. And look, I wouldn't change a
I mean,
thing.
we stay every year in the same hotel, and it is location-wise, you can't find anything better.
It's amazing.
Yeah, exactly. And, I'm looking forward to sleep in a proper bed tonight in Tokyo, but I always love coming back to Scirocco.
Now, before we go, could you please subscribe if you're not already subscribed to help us with the algorithm? And it means you'll get more of our content.
I want to thank you guys for watching. And remember, whatever happens in the paddock, you hear it here first.
What he said.